Fells moved his steps and stopped in front of a certain piece of equipment. They were extra-large bottles, filled with solution poured from several cylinders, 5 of them. In the bottle, the gem that glows red floats in it with a strange light. Can you reach him? There is nothing we can do in a short period of time. However, we will definitely finish before the Black Dragon Crusade, no, before the promised time. After all, the gears of the times began to work. The black mage's muttering disappeared into the darkness of the depths. The second day of study in the school district, temporarily. It seems that the student dormitory on the residential floor has not yet prepared a spare room, so I slept in Professor Leon's room one night. Today, student life will finally begin. That's right, I'm officially going to class. After meeting Nina in front of the temple tower, in the center of the academy, we walked towards the teaching building. The first class I want to listen to is Ancient History. Everyone. Are you enjoying your youth? That's how it should be, but for some reason, the classroom was closed and a beam of light illuminated the podium, where stood an incredibly beautiful blonde goddess who was full of energy in the morning. Keep your mind and body young at all times. Take the lesson seriously too, come on Eden. As the beautiful goddess winked one eye, the students' screams reached their climax. Already sitting in my chair, I looked at the girl next to me with a serious expression on her face and her head bowed. Nina Tulle. That's not the case. Occasionally, the gods come and take away the opportunity to attend classes. Mr. Adler is more common, goddess of youth Eden. When I knew I couldn't help but call her by my honorific, Nina covered her face with her hands and even the tips of her ears turned red. Although it looks a little pitiful, it's so cute. A goddess with long, flowing hair, Eden-sama seems to be loved by many students, and her innocent and youthful demeanor attracts everyone to imitate her. At the end, Eden-sama, who stirred up the atmosphere in the room, said, "Then let's start class," and immediately turned on the lights and started teaching in a very normal way. Is it necessary to heat the atmosphere first? Some time before the Age of Gods, great famines frequently occurred in the northeastern part of the continent. What is the indirect cause of this situation? Little freshman Rapi, you answer this question. Rapi-kun, the matter of the dragon's visit. The matter of the dragon's visit. The answer is correct. I hope you can answer it yourself next time. I got up confused and Nina lowered her voice to help me, but Eden, who was laughing like a child, understood everything. The other students also laughed and I sat red-faced, sharing a wry smile with Nina. The course content is difficult. The goddess walked on tiptoe and wrote on the blackboard. Not used to copying writing from the blackboard, it took me a lot of effort to write it down in my notebook. Lady Eden often stood in the perspective of a goddess and asked us why the residents of the underworld left behind history and strayed from the facts told by an omniscient deity. Nina and the others were busily asking questions and digesting the course content, while I racked my brains to barely keep up. Today I will explain based on field research data collected by people from the Department of Combat Techniques. After one class, there was a short break and the next class started immediately. The theme is the theory of the final showdown, which Mr. Leon also recommended. At this moment, the dwarf with the monocle, Mr. Adler, finally appeared. The teacher operated the magic projector jointly developed by the alchemy discipline of the school district and the magic power to project various images in the dark room. The image that appeared in my eyes was of many burned villages and destroyed elf villages. Cities collapsed and countless refugees. As everyone knows, in recent years, powerful monsters have been coming to Dragon Valley, one after another. These species of dragons escaped the barrier created by the school district and are still wreaking havoc today. Do you want to study abroad in the future, Rapi? So I hope you don't forget the world tragedy that is happening somewhere right now. Half of the teacher's words were ignored by me. Nina asked. Have you ever seen such a scene before? Well, I've seen it before. Many people are crying, but there's nothing they can do. It's very painful," she said, narrowing her eyes sadly. "After entering the school district, I knew for the first time, this is today's world. It's the same for me. Before being recommended to take this course by Professor Leon, and before coming to the school district, I had no idea about the specific situation in the outside world. After coming to Orario, just surviving as an adventurer left me exhausted, and now, for the first time, I touched the current underworld reality." In the classroom where the story is closely related to us, the dwarf teacher solemnly declared at the end. He said, "The world is hungry for heroes. Rapi-kun, are you ready?" Wait a minute. When I was changing clothes in the empty dressing room, Nina's voice came from the other side of the door, so I hurriedly responded. I put on the rabbit-tail pants prepared by Lord Balder and Lord Hermes, adjusted the bangs several times and made sure there was nothing wrong with the wig and ears, and then opened the door. "The combat uniform suits you very well." Seeing my figure, Nina clasped her hands together and smiled. "Tops and pants with red and white as the main colors. The material is thin, light and soft, and its performance as armor is not inferior to that of an adventurer's battle suit. This is the combat uniform given to students in the combat techniques department." Even the dagger's leather sheath was carefully prepared. It was probably the work of Lord Hermes. I couldn't help but smile bitterly. By the way, to hide my identity, I didn't bring most things with me. The dagger was always kept in the school backpack. Nina is also wearing a red and white combat uniform, different from the boyish style she wears. The lower part of the body is a skirt. The weapon on her back is a long stick. It looks like Nina is the defender. By the way, what's Nina's level? Me? I'm level 2. Although I haven't confirmed it yet, I heard that Ms. Ina has the power of a high-level adventurer. I was a little shocked, or scared, anyway, I had a strange feeling. I was so surprised that I almost sat back, and Nina, who looked in disbelief, walked along the road equipped with magic stone lamps and arrived under the blue sky. A wide earthen square with white auditoriums surrounding it. This is a white diamond-built arena located in the corner of the gym floor. We are all here. So the comprehensive battle will begin now. The students in combat uniforms gathered around Professor Leon, who was wearing his usual teacher uniform. This is also a genuine course and appears to be called a practical course. Unlike studying cultural subjects lying on a table, to be frank, it involves physical training. The optional compulsory subjects, for combat skills subject, students must complete at least 3 practical subjects within 1 year. On Nina's recommendation, I chose sword skills, fighting skills, and this, comprehensive combat. As the name suggests, this course is not about specialized technical instruction, but about learning comprehensive combat methods. As the special stage is approaching, today I ask you to remember your original intention of dealing with monsters. Later, you will be divided into teams and re-examine your tactics. Don't relax. Professor Leon gave the class to everyone, happy, and I was still very nervous. Students of all races gathered here and they all experienced the same enhancement as Nina, exuding an aura of great strength. There is no doubt that if they form a family clan, they can probably squeeze themselves into the backbone of the city. Teacher, can you speak? What's wrong, Kate? This opportunity is rare. I want to see the strength of the new student. I'm still thinking about that kind of thing. When I was there, someone suddenly mentioned me, which made my shoulders suddenly shake. Immediately there were voices like, I want to know too. You should be a little confident to come to the combat techniques course at this point, right? I'm really interested, and things like that came one after another. My eyes hidden beneath my bangs widened. At this moment, only Nina stopped everyone. Wait a minute. He said he wanted to see strength from him. What do you want him to do? If you want Rapi-kun to do something dangerous, I won't agree. I can understand you being worried about him, but you shouldn't be so protective of him, right, Nina? Both boys and girls pointed out. Nina was at a loss for words regarding the proper stance of the combat technical discipline. The term overprotective hit the nail on the head, probably because Nina had seen my embarrassment repeatedly, so she was unnecessarily worried.